Today's video is a little bit different. We're going to work on a tactic, not necessarily based around the formation and style, but on a player role and one in particular. We're going to use arguably the most underused player role in Football Manager, and we're also going to use a player who has no right to be there. This seemed like a good idea at the time. Come on. Edin Dzeko, a beast of a striker for years and years. Can we change his role? Dzeko, striker for years and years. City, Wolfsburg, Inter, Roma, dominating. What am I thinking changing him up? First off, we can blame Mr. Lama for this great video on the Manager Seat channel just the other day. That got the cogs whirring. Secondly, Pep's been doing it recently with Bernardo Silva as an inverted wing back, and I did that last year on FM. That was number 2 reason. But what if I told you the third reason has been looking at us right in the face and FM have been telling us to do this? The role in question, wide target forward. Now look what FM are telling us. Ignore the first paragraph, that tells you what the role is all about. But underneath, the wide target forward is best used for relocating a tall and powerful target to bully a smaller, weaker fullback. Now, do you smell what I'm cooking? See, that description of the wide target forward has basically just described Dzeko, moving him over to bully a smaller, weaker fullback. I mean, look at him. Strength 17, jumping reach 16. He's 6'4". His heading is 17. He's absolutely ideal. Slight problem though. He's got absolutely zero familiarity with that position, and he's 36. But we're going to go for it. So the question is, can we transform this man to be a wide target forward, and can we build a tactic around it to make it successful? First things first, despite him being 36, we're still going to go to training and we're still going to go to position change. I'm going to put him on the left hand side of midfield, wide target forward, attack, Bosch. Now we can see the attributes that he's got for it. Absolutely ideal, right? So next up, we need to make a tactic that will make him a big factor in the team. We're going to do a version of a 4-2-3-1. There's a template there. Let's change this up. First off, obviously, let's change this position because this is our Dzeko. Bang, wide target forward. We'll have him on support. We can flip back to attack if we need to. As he's going to be doing knockdowns, we need players around him. So one will be the Mezzala popping into there, and the next will be the wing back who will pop in and around there, in and around him. It does loads of knockdowns and loads of assists in theory, so we need an advanced forward to run around with loads of movement up front. So we're going to focus play down the left, and we're going to say low crosses as well, so he doesn't have to go for big booming crosses. To take advantage of all these knockdowns and play it over on the left hand side, there should be loads of space on the right, so we're going to have a shadow striker here and a rondeur there. Maybe didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. RMD. Because they're so attacking, there's going to be gaps here, so we'll have a Carolero there jumping across and a fullback just on support, not as aggressive as the other side. We're going to make sure our keeper aims for him with long kicks and aiming for his position right there. I've got no idea how this is going to go, so I'm going to play it safe with a low defensive line and a balanced mentality. So after 10 matches, pretty faultless. There was one loss in the Champions League away at Frankfurt, but in the league, they have been insane. How's the big man doing, you ask? So, overall, 4 goals, but more importantly, 9 assists. And this one's a cool one as well. This is his form. If you go down and have a look at over here to headers and headers won, you can see the team are really focusing play down. He's living up to his name of target forward. For example, this match here, 20 headers contested. He's won 13, 21 and 11, 17 and 9. He's doing his job down there. So the beauty of converting Dzeko is he's a striker, so you know he can finish. And look at that run there for this finish from Hakan. And he can get himself to the back post as well. Just like that. Lovely stuff. So as we've gone on, I've made a few tweaks here and there to roles, but in general, the formation is pretty much the same. I've moved Lukaku, advanced forward, a little bit closer to him so he can benefit from those knockdowns. But it's been super solid, scoring 32, so 3 a match, and only conceding 6, which I'm pretty impressed with since we're using a rondeur and RMD. So remember, the key thing about using a wide target man is to get players around him. So from this, you can see I've actually called it the Dzeko. It's not finished yet, it's work in progress. But DiMarco gets up around him, so he goes around the back of him if you like. Mezzala, you've seen Hakan already linking up with him, and we've seen how he's finding Lukaku loads, and the space for these two. Working well so far. Favourite goal yet here, because this is where you want him, on the back post. You can see he's marked by Pedro Porro and Højbjerg. Porro is so much shorter than him. When the ball gets to Lukaku here, he pings it over the top. Dzeko eats him for breakfast. Here's one that surprised me. If you look at expected assists, Dzeko is top in the league. Of the entire league, so that includes creative midfielders, wing backs, you name it, Dzeko at 5.38 is top and way ahead. Similar gig with chances created per 90 minutes, he's third in that, and chances created overall, top of that. So I'm not saying this is a killer tactic by any means, but what it is it's totally built for that player, Dzeko. You can see him up front there on the left hand side. It is doing what it says on the tin, wide target forward. The players are looking for him. See all the headers that he's winning, the assists, the chances. This is a new option for us, and I've not used one before. Oh, and by the way, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. 36-year-old Edin Dzeko, we're only in November. He's only been playing the role a couple of months, and already, through a combination of training and playing the role, he's now accomplished as an AML and wide target forward, not a problem. This game against Sassuolo, a particular highlight. If you have a look at his stats, 2 assists, 5 clear-cut chances created for 9.2 rating. First goal from Martinez, he turned into like a wonder winger, check that out. And this goal from Lukaku, again he's out wide, but a little through ball in, lovely finish. We continued to tweak the tactic, he had some PIs as well, asking him to shoot less often and sit narrower, which made him a bit more of a focal point closer to Lukaku. As teams started to work us out a bit, we did lose a few matches, so there's still work to do on the actual tactic, but Dzeko having a blinding season as that assist man. 15 assists overall and 13 in the league. Turns out we fell short in the league, but that's okay. Our experiment with Dzeko as a wide target forward proved fruitful as he was the top assist maker in the league. And that, friends, was the whole point of the video, was to try and find ourselves a new way of playing using a role that hardly anybody uses. That's the final tactic I went with. Obviously it fell a bit short, but I have tweaked right through the season. So now we've got a new option of a wide target forward. For me, I maybe wouldn't start with it, but to have that option in reserve to maybe play on the counter. But the big takeaway from this video was how easy it was to retrain a 36-year-old to that brand new position. You can see he's an absolute natural in it now. I'm going to leave you with 3 or 4 younger players who I feel could do that role as well, that you can maybe experiment with.